Well, this sort of crossed my desk today. Kid Rock says Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show was the epitome of DEI blowing up. Based. Yeah. Not something I thought I'd see on Deadline, to be honest. The pendulum is swinging. I don't know what I think of this overall. I just thought this was hilarious. That one, it's literally on mainstream media reporting on this. That's weird. Two, just how Kid Rock, I don't know, just loves this. Just say whatever he thinks. It's brilliant, really. So we're going to cover this just because it's comical. A bit light-hearted stuff, I guess. You know, the world is drib and drab. Let's have a look at this because it's quite funny. Hit subscribe if you are a returning viewer that's not yet subscribed. Love to have you here more often. There's lots of people that watch the channel. It's over 50% actually that watch the channel that are not subscribed. And you keep coming back. So be one of those people that hit subscribe. Thank you in advance. But anyway, like I said, yeah, this is literally just a bit of fun. Okay, I saw this and I was like, what? What is this? What is this nonsense? Why is this on Deadline? And I just thought it was funny, so I thought we'd cover it. Again, just bringing a bit of light-hearted stuff to the channel every now and then. So it says this: although Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime performance left many viewers stunned, did it though? Did it? Did it? It still wasn't quite as stunning as Kid Rock's mental gymnastics of a reaction. And this is the thing. You know, you can kind of bet. Yes, the pendulum's swinging. And yes, they're framing it as this guy's gone mental. But the fact that they're still covering it, the pendulum swings, they're covering it, and they're still trying desperately to cling on to the old status quo. It's like, no, mate, the Overton window's shifted. It's moved. So it says this. On Friday's episode of Real Time with Bill Maher, the three-time Grammy nominee shared his 2 cents as someone who, quote, understands the culture, before going on to rant that Lamar's set was the epitome of DEI blowing up. Gotta love it. To put it nicely, it wasn't my cup of tea, but I gotta respect it, he told Maya. And here's why. I grew up loving, emulating all things hip-hop. It's true he did. Breakdancing, DJing, graffiti, rapping. He did. And so I understand the culture a little bit more than most. And when I say most, of course, I mean white people. Alright. Let it slide for the purposes of this video. So when you're watching it after, it's a lot of things going through your head, you know? Everyone's like, that sucked. This, that, and the other. And I'm like, this kid pretty much came out figuratively with both middle fingers in the air, doing what he does for the people who love what he does unapologetically. And I don't think he gives a frog's fat ass what anyone thinks about it. So I go, it's pretty much how I built my whole career. I gotta respect it. So he continued, says, I've heard nobody answer this question. How did he get that gig? Jay-Z? What happened there? I think Jay-Z and Kendrick Lamar should both send Colin Kaepernick a bunt cake and a 6-pack of beer and a thank you note with a bunch of money in it. Because without him kneeling and getting everybody's panties in a bunch over the anthem, self included, I don't think that happened. That's hilarious. I mean, Jay-Z's like, isn't he? He's in court at the moment, isn't he? Anyway, whatever. Look at this. Ugh. Anyway. So anyway, Kid Rock continued further and says, one more point. And says, Kendrick Lamar's performance was the epitome of DEI blowing up due to its lack of white people. What? I mean, yeah. If you're talking about diversity, it's not very diverse, is it? I mean, the NFL is not very diverse. By the way, I don't give a shit, but it's not very diverse. Because the NFL was all this DEI and racism, all this stuff. They got Jay-Z in there booking this. Kendrick Lamar goes out there and basically turns DEI into an IED. That's hilarious. It's all black people, or all people of colour, speaking to this crowd in the hood. Black people. It was like the most exclusive thing ever. And I'm like, F yeah, that's awesome. I'm laughing my ass off. So following a diss track battle with Drake, Lamar set his sights on the Canadian rapper once again during his halftime show, which featured appearances from a whole bunch of individuals. I mean, this is funny. This is funny. The fact that it was like, oh, full on Black History Month. But who cares about Black History Month? Seriously? Do we really care about that? Let's see what the comments are saying. Fellas, is it DEI to be a black man rapping? No. But it is DEI to have solely black people there in the audience, in the performance piece. And just generally, like, most of what goes on in this day and age is DEI anyway. Kid Rock said, I understand the culture a little bit more than most. And when I say most, of course, I mean white people. This is his first giant fail. Hip-hop and rap have always had a huge white audience due to MTV exposure. Yeah, that pissed me off. That's a dumb thing to say. It's a really dumb thing to say, actually. His egocentric condescension is a big part of why his career is where it's compared to Kendrick's. Coming from someone who appropriated black culture to get his Grammys and to make it in his genre, his words mean literally nothing. And this is coming from another white Michigander. In other words, I acknowledge that I ripped off their culture to get rich, but I'm also angry when they get to celebrate it themselves. Dude hit all the I'm not a racist, look at this notes. I don't think he did, really, but alright. I think it's quite funny, really. Aren't you getting angry at others' opinions? You're literally doing the same thing. See how that works? This is funny. I'll give him credit for not crapping all over it and simply saying it wasn't for him. But when all these old white dudes don't understand is the halftime show isn't for them, it's about bringing new eyes to the Super Bowl. Is it though? I guess so. This is the guy who said he's boycotting Bud Light only to be seen 1 week later drinking a Bud Light. I think it was a bit longer than that, but I could be wrong. This is hilarious. Anyway, I thought this was quite funny. It's just funny how everyone's got their panties in a twist. Anyway, there you go. I don't have much else to say, really. I just thought this was quite comical. Overall, just very, very comical. I wasn't a fan of it. I saw the performance. I mean, I don't like Kendrick Lamar anyway. I don't like that kind of music, to be honest. I like chilled music, so this stuff wasn't really for me. But it is fascinating. The whole thing's fascinating to watch. And it's fascinating to watch people squabble. I mean, Kid Rock, some dumb stuff you said there. But it is funny. Again, the pendulum is swinging overall. And I do like it. Like, it's funny to watch it all. But it's just hilarious that Deadline... Like, they don't quite know... Like, I don't even know quite fully what stance to take on this video. Because Deadline doesn't even know what stance to take. It's really difficult to know the stance to take. Because Deadline, in one angle, they're like, oh, the mental gymnastics. But, oh, he said some bad things. But he also said some really supportive things. Like, my God. Like, yeah, it's comical as hell. I don't know, I love this stuff. It's funny. This is more just conversational than anything else. I don't actually really have a clear-cut stance because it's just so batshit crazy. But let me know what you think down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.